Hello folks, welcome back. I am the Bibliotech Nerd, and this is a cheeky popcorn film review on the movie Shazam. Just like I have previously promised, I did a review on the life of Captain Marvel, then the trials of Shazam, and of course the big event, the Friday fight night between Captain Marvel and Shazam. Now, as I have planned for this little event, today I went and saw the movie Shazam, so I'm going to do a quick little review and my thoughts on it. So let's get right into it with a small little synopsis. We all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out. In Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, Shazam. This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero Shazam, courtesy of an ancient wizard. Still a kid at heart, inside a ripped, godlike body, Shazam revels in this adult version of himself by doing what any teen would do with superpowers. Have fun with them, of course. Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child. But he'll need to master these powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Savannah. Shazam is firmly set in the DC universe, but with his own distinctively fun and family-centric tone. And with that little synopsis out of the way, let's get into the opinion side. Overall, this was a great movie to see, and I definitely have a more positive experience looking at it. A huge divergence from the previous DC Universe movies, far more lighthearted and less dark in tone. The start of the movie was rather slow if I was to compare it to, say, the Man of Steel, where we have kind of an action scene from the get-go. Shazam doesn't take this route and instead looks at character progression, which I have to say that later on in the movie it turns out to be an extremely strong point. We're set up from the beginning with not just one, but three characters that are flawed and that we see progress throughout the movie. These, of course, being our main three characters, Billy Batson, Freddie Freeman, and Dr. Thaddeus Savannah. In all honesty, this was kind of unexpected of how well they did these three characters, especially the whole thing with Billy trying to search for his mother and Freddie also trying to find a way in this world. I thought that both the writing here and also including the acting, it helped to mold together and then pull on some heartstrings, which was delightfully surprising considering that the advertisement for this movie was definitely on the more light side and definitely focused on the comedic aspect of the movie. Which, speaking of comedy, it was very corny and on the nose, but it actually worked for the film. Shazam is after all still a kid, and it does seem like the majority of the cast were kids, so the tone of the comedy was appropriate to the theme of the movie, and it definitely worked to make the movie more lighthearted and fun, and definitely not as dark and gloomy compared to the previous DC films that had been previously released. But now, a small little spoiler alert. My favourite part of the entire movie definitely has to be the fact that they introduced the Marvel family. Having them all gain the powers of Shazam was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. It was just a great quirky addition to the film and a great throwback for the fans of Shazam back to the old Marvel family. It's also of course a curious thing to see whether or not this has a sequel. It laid some groundwork both during the movie and the after credits scene. And to be honest, even though I've only seen the movie today, I did thoroughly enjoy it, and more than likely I probably would go to see Shazam number 2. But all in all, I highly recommend for people to go see Shazam the movie. In my opinion, I am probably going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyable and great family fun. So let me know what you think about the movie. If you've seen it, drop a few comments below. I do plan to review the Shazam Origins, the graphic novel that was released for the movie, so that video will be up sometime this week. Do stay tuned for that. But for now, don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe check out some previous videos that I've posted, and I shall see you in the next one.